You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, people across the 4 states bring out their popcorn as the Coleman Theater hosts a film festival.
And Pitt State celebrates Howley with its Hindu students.
And it is a cold start to our Monday across the area. But don't worry, warm weather's on the way, and so are some thunderstorm chances. We'll take a look at all of that coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thanks for joining us for the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Tanya Bach. On Sunday, Coleman Theater held a Sunny Side Up Film Festival. Festival is for international films and showed more than 50 films of many different budget levels. Some of the genres included mystery, independent, and comedy films. Performer and author Karen Knotts performed a skit as well as signed autographs and books.
Support it. Think about making a film, maybe submitting it, maybe write a screenplay if you're into that, you know. We get a bunch of screenwriters that come through here too, and they think about making their films, and it doesn't really cost a whole lot of money to make a short film. We get a lot of student films as well.
The festival ended with an awards show for the featured films. Shoal Creek Conservation Education Center held a raptor and falconry program. Program was led by Master Falconer Megan Duffy Yates. Community members had the chance to see live birds and learn about the history of falconry and the importance of raptor conservation.
Being out in the field with a falconer is good. The birds aren't going to harm them at all. It allows them a chance to see the bird up close. They don't have to touch it. The birds won't touch them. But then they can also see the bird work and kind of understand, you know, birds are here for a purpose and they're not going to hurt them. So.
The event took place Saturday from 1 to 2 p.m. Medical Lodges of Neosho hosted its annual Easter egg hunt. Community members were able to search for eggs and then eat from a variety of food trucks. The event even had a hoppy guest, the Easter Bunny. Children were able to take photos with the bunny while enjoying some cotton candy for dessert.
The residents and some of the family members, Gentiva Hospice provided the eggs and what went in them, and our residents and some of the family members used it as an activity, and they stuffed the eggs. So it's kind of just a joint effort. It's just something that we start in the first part of March, and we look forward to it every year.
Easter eggs were stuffed by the residents. On Sunday, Christ Community Judo Ministry held a Bowling for Judo and silent auction. The ministry teaches children and adults judo as well as fitness and self-defense. The auction and shoe rental proceeds went towards equipment and operating expenses needed for the lessons. Students at the judo received the lessons for free.
And it's amazing what judo has helped the students. And in that, we find that we also do a like a 5-minute devotion to help them with their walk with Christ and everything also, and then we get out on the mat and throw each other.
The goal was to raise $2,000.
Well, it is certainly cold across the area, and even though we do have this beautiful sunrise, it's chilly. 31 in Joplin, feeling like 25 with a north-northeast breeze at about 6 miles an hour. Cold air across the area, 29 Fort Scott, Iola, Yates Center, Chanute, 28 Neodesha Parsons, 32 Chetopa, Miami, Neosho, 30 in Carthage. As we get our day started, it's a cold start, but we'll have those mostly clear skies and eventually make it into the lower 40s by late morning. Highs below average today, but we're still looking to push into about the mid-50s. A few more clouds this afternoon, so we'll go partly cloudy. And as we head into this evening, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies, back down to 42 by 10. Overnight low of 34, maybe a stray shower or two. I think most of us dry and just mostly cloudy. Cooler tomorrow, 53, 60, breezy on Wednesday and on Thursday, up to 70. Could see some thunderstorms in southeast Kansas Thursday, a strong storm or two possible. Our biggest chance for thunderstorms and possibly a strong or severe storm looking to be Friday. We're looking at 71 for the high. Something we're keeping an eye on. We'll keep you updated. You just keep it right here. After that, though, decent weekend, near 60 Saturday, near 70 on Sunday. In fact, why don't we go back and let's take a look at the potential for the stronger storms as we head into Wednesday. So again, stray shower or two possible Tuesday, and by Wednesday I mean Thursday. We go into Thursday. We go through our Wednesday looking good. Thursday, that cold front starts to come in and could set off some showers and thunderstorms late Thursday night from Kansas City back down to Oklahoma City, and we could see some of them entering into parts of southeast Kansas. Some of these could be strong, maybe low-grade severe. As we head into our Thursday, though, or our Friday, my goodness, I take a few days off, and I don't know what day of the week it is. But in all seriousness, as we head into Friday, late morning and into the early afternoon, as that cold front advances, that's when our better chances of strong, maybe severe thunderstorms are. Still a few days out, something we're keeping an eye on. We're definitely looking at thunderstorms Friday. It's just a matter of whether or not they'll really get nasty or not. So we'll keep an eye on that, as I mentioned. You keep your eye right here. We'll keep you updated through the week. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, colors swept across Pittsburg State University for its Holly Festival. KOAM's Carrie Worthen was there with more on the story.
It is very, like, I don't even have words to say, like, it is very fun.
The Indian Student Association celebrated the Holly Festival at PSU. The Festival of Colors celebrates love and spring.
We will release the colors and we'll throw them in the air. And it becomes a colored spectacle with colors flying everywhere and drifting down the street and across campus.
This is actually about the God Krishna, like him showing love towards Radha. Like he said that, like he loves him more. Like he just wanted to prove his love.
This gives the Indian Association the chance to share their culture with the Pittsburgh community and enjoy this beautiful spring day.
People love it. People go crazy about it. Like all the music which we play, or all the people who dance here, like they love it. We are far from our families, but here in Pitt State, when we are with our friends or the family members, which we feel like, they make us like feel near to home even if we are far.
This festival is bringing together more than colors, it's bringing people together. In Pittsburgh, Carrie Worthen, KOAM News.
Indian Student Association at PSU also hosted its food event in the fall. Up next, how social media is causing more and more girls to suffer from eating disorders.
And later, are you not a morning person? Well, no worries, you're not alone. We'll meet a cow who decides to pretend to be asleep just because it's the morning. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
And Health Watch this morning, studies gathered from 17 countries finding that social media may be putting young girls at risk for eating disorders. A review of 50 studies suggests exposure to online images of certain body types, usually very thin or fit bodies, may be contributing to young girls developing body image concerns and even dangerous eating disorders. The report was published in the PLOS Global Public Health Journal by researchers from University College London. It says over 90% of American and British teens regularly use social media. According to researchers, girls and those with weight problems were especially at risk for being vulnerable to developing eating disorders. And one of the co-authors of the study says more studies are needed into the exact cause and effect relationship between social media and eating issues. Still, she encourages a more open discussion about body image and being online. Well, it's called March Madness for a reason, and as fans gear up for more games, some may be planning to watch while they recover from surgery. And for one particular procedure, vasectomies, doctors use it as a marketing pitch. Mandy Gaither has more on the vast madness and what you need to know before moving forward with the surgery.
The madness has begun. With the Sweet 16 upon us, some men are ready to post up on the couch.
We see sometimes an upwards of a 30% increase in men that are calling our office, or sometimes their partners are calling our office with an interest in getting a vasectomy.
Urologist Dr. Jamin Brombot with Orlando Health says a vasectomy is a simple office-based procedure that takes about 20 minutes and is done using local anesthesia. He says patients don't feel much during the procedure. It's a form of birth control for men, which cuts the supply of sperm to semen.
A lot of men feel that, oh man, I'm going to lose my intimacy. It's going to feel different and my testosterone is going to go down. Research has proven that's really not the case.
After surgery, Brombot says patients are asked to rest for 2 days and spend a week not exerting themselves or working out. Just like with any procedure, there are risks.
Bleeding or swelling in the scrotum after the procedure. There's always a chance of infection, and that's why we may give you antibiotics before and after the procedure.
Brombot says about 1% of men may also have post-vasectomy pain after the procedure, but he says serious complications are rare.
If you have an excuse to watch basketball for the rest of the week because you got one, hey man, you're winning in 2 directions.
Some clinics even offer promotions this time of year, like having games on in the office or giving away basketball-themed swag after the procedure.
Well, we've got ourselves a very cold start to our Monday morning across the area. It will warm up a little bit today, a little more later this week with some rain chances. We'll take a look at all that when the KOAM Morning News returns. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. Cold one across the area for us. MoDOT camera, 20th and Range Line. A few more cars out there, and I would be willing to guarantee that each and every single one of these cars has the heat on this morning because it is cold. Live look at 7th and Range Line, 31 degrees, 25 in Joplin's what it feels like with a north-northeast breeze at 6. But as you saw, clear skies out there. 29 Iola, Fort Scott, Yates Center, Chanute, 28 Parsons, 32s in Chetopa and Miami, as well as Neosho, 30 in Carthage. And as we get our day started, we still stay chilly, but mostly clear. We eventually make it into the lower 40s by late morning. Highs below average today, but it could be a lot worse. We've had cold Marches and Aprils around the area. Mid-50s for highs today, partly cloudy skies as we head into this evening, mostly cloudy skies, 42 by 10, 34 for the overnight low, and maybe a stray shower or two out there. Taking a look, 53 tomorrow, so a little cooler, windy Wednesday and Thursday, 60 and 69. Watching those thunderstorm chances as we head into Friday, 71. A little cooler Saturday, near 60, and then back to nice and breezy on Sunday, near 70 for the high. It's time for your daily dose of cute. Today, it's dogs versus I now understand what they mean by, okay, I'm thinking guys who box. I was thinking boxers. It's boxers, the dogs. Okay, so a pair of boxers pulled no punches when their owner dressed up as a T-Rex and taunted them in their yard. Jeannie Moose reports.
A mere glimpse of green, some sort of alien being out in the backyard, and these two boxers, brother and sister, go nuts. T-Rex taunting them through the glass at their Las Vegas home.
So, who was in that costume?
Oh, it was my husband.
Janine Walsh put her husband Andrew up to it. Nico and Stella were wary at first, but got bolder and bolder. Janine could barely stifle her laughter. Jurassic Bark quipped one commenter, though in that movie franchise, the dinosaur scared a dog to death. But Nico and Stella were fearless.
You don't think they smelled your husband and recognized him?
At first, they didn't. I could tell at first they had no idea what it was.
These are dogs not afraid to rumble with a Roomba.
No.
Their pursuit of the T-Rex lasted about a minute before he went down for the count. Janine says her husband wasn't scared. Andrew has rolled around with the dogs before, minus the dino suit. Finally, Janine stopped laughing long enough to ask, "Are you okay?" The boxers didn't bite, but they made holes.
This is where Nico then decided he wanted to dive inside of it and get my husband.
At least, unlike the dinosaurs, her husband didn't go extinct.
Are you alive?
Jeannie Moose, CNN, New York.
I absolutely love that. I love how they chase the dinosaur around, too. You always need a good guard dog, right? We'll be right back after this. Well, not everyone is a morning person. Just ask Doris, a dairy cow in England.
We can all relate to her, pretending to be sleeping to shirk duties.
I have no duties.
But Doris's owner knew the cow was faking it, as Jeannie Moose reports.
Do you hate getting up in the morning? So does Doris. All the cows at Reed's farm on the Isle of Wight in England got up and left for milking.
Except for Doris. Doris is actually pretending to be asleep.
And for faking sleep, Doris has gone viral. People relate. "I am Doris" was a typical comment.
Oh, Doris has got a fantastic personality. She is definitely more person than cow.
She's one of John Brody's favorites.
You're a mischief maker. Can you leave my coffee alone, please?
When Doris pretended to be asleep, John called her out.
Doris, come on. I see your ears moving. Come on, I can see your eye. Yeah.
How'd he know she was faking?
Around 30 seconds beforehand, she had her head up and was looking straight at me. She put her head back down, thinking that she was going to get away with it, just to push her luck, be cheeky.
Now Doris has fans online. I think I found my spirit animal. Leave Doris alone. But Doris doesn't leave John alone.
And why was she licking the back of your head?
Grooming. She's grooming me. It means, as far as I'm concerned, she accepts me as a member of the herd.
She grooms him. He grooms her.
What's this all over your face?
Jeannie Moose, CNN, New York.
Yeah, see, you always know when I'm faking being asleep. I can never get away with it.
We don't allow sleeping in the studio.
We do not, and that's why you know. That's how you know. You're like, we don't do that here. We'll be
Can't bring down our energy level.
I don't know. It brings up my energy level. It's a power nap, 5 minutes, something like that. We'll be back with more right after this.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:27. And we have developing news out of Coffeyville, Kansas. The Coffeyville police is seeking the help of the public to identify an unknown suspect. On Sunday, about 6:40 p.m., officers with the Coffeyville Police Department were dispatched to the Coffeyville Walmart for an armed robbery that had just taken place. The suspect, seen here, brandished a firearm, robbed the store clerk, and left with an undisclosed amount of cash. The suspect was seen leaving the store southbound on County Road 5300 towards East 8th Street in a dark-colored, possibly black extended Ford Ranger pickup. If you have any information, the Coffeyville police encourage you to contact them. Area first responders joined forces to rescue 4 people from swift-moving waters. About 1 p.m. Sunday afternoon, first responders in Bates County responded to reports of an overturned boat near the Old Town Boar Ramp on the Marie de Signes. Area agencies responding for the coordinated rescue effort included Bates County Sheriff's Office, the Butler Fire Department, the Rich Hill Fire Department, MSHP conservation agents, and the Bates County EMS. Citizens also helped with the rescue and the carrying of victims to a waiting EMS. After all were evaluated by the EMS, one adult male was taken to an area hospital. And the Medical Corps Club has hosted a mass casualty incident simulation exercise over the weekend. The first-year medical students acted as if a natural disaster occurred, as second-year students found and treated all 25 patients.
One of the ways that you can really make it realistic is to be able to have realistic sounds and do things as close to real as possible, because that allows you to be able to kind of work through all those distractors.
This is the second year KCU Medical in Joplin has put on the event. The Monarch Cement Company in Humboldt, Kansas held a truck rodeo. The rodeo holds a competition to determine which 2 drivers will advance on to nationals in Nashville. The competition includes a driver obstacle course, a written test, and a truck inspection station. Each station represents a real-life situation they would encounter while navigating routes to the job site.
They practice throughout the year on the different parts, on the driving test, on the test, the written knowledge test, truck inspections. So, you know, it's kind of fostered some good in-house friendly competition. So every year our competitors get better and better.
Well, we've got ourselves a cold start to the day, but we do have a sunny start to the day. MoDOT camera, 20th and Rangeline. You can see the sunlight, same as 7th and Rangeline. Beautiful skies, just really cold. 31 in Joplin, feels like 25 with a north-northeast breeze at 6. Across the area, still really cold. 28 Fort Scott, 31 Chetopa, 32 Miami, Neosho, and 31 in Carthage. And as we go through our morning, we'll be mostly clear, cold, eventually making it to the lower 40s. And as we head into our afternoon, we'll see a few more clouds going partly cloudy. Temperatures below average, but not too bad, pushing the mid-50s. And as we head into our evening, more clouds. We'll go mostly cloudy down to 42 by 10, 34 for the overnight low, so another cold one, and then maybe a stray shower or 2, but most of us should remain dry. Tanya?
Right, protesters marched the streets of St. Louis protesting a bill they believe is anti-LGBTQ. Dion Braxton has more.
We're here! We're queer! We're here! We're queer!
They want to be seen and heard. Saturday, hundreds protested Missouri bills they believe target the LGBTQ community.
Some of the bills are banning bathroom accessibility, pronoun usage, parental notifications of students' gender identity, and gender-affirming care regardless of age.
Marchers in the Grove opposed the Show Me State, joining other conservative states, leading the charge with similar legislation. News 4 recently got an explanation from one Republican sponsor in Jeff City.
If we wait until some poor Missouri kid comes out and says that my life has been altered because I was subjected to surgery and or drugs that I should have never been subjected to. My life has been changed forever and that should have never happened to me. If we wait until that happens, we have waited too late.
If you don't like drag shows, don't go to one.
St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones made an appearance Saturday at this protest. She touted the city's new LGBTQIA+ advisory board.
They are hard at work looking at every policy through an LGBTQIA+ lens.
Some bills are seeing movement at the state capitol, but none have made it across the finish line so far.
And I stand here in tears, thinking about how our state legislature wants to legislate their body, your body, and everybody's body.
What our lawmakers need to understand is a world without transgender has never existed and will never exist.
In the Grove, Dion Braxton, News 4.
To be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, you can download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. This morning, we're discussing book censorship.
New data from the American Library Association says there were over 1,200 demands to censor library books last year, almost double the number the year before.
Arlington County Library Director Diane Kresh says books most frequently targeted for censorship at libraries are written by or are about people of color and the LGBTQ community. In 2020, the classic To Kill a Mockingbird was on the list of the top 10 most challenged books in the country, which shocked some people.
According to the data, more than 2,500 unique titles were targeted for censorship in 2022. Kresh says Arlington's library system and others are actively resisting. Kresh also says librarians will suggest books based on a reader's interests, but will never push an opinion or ideology. And that brings us to our question for you this morning. Do state governments have the right to censor or ban books? So far, 85% of you say they do not. 15% of you say they do. So make sure you take time to vote through our website, our app, and take part in the discussion on our Facebook page.
Looks like the no percentage seems to be growing throughout the morning.
It has been indeed.
All right, that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. 50 years of drama and counting.
Daytime's top-rated drama is celebrating a major milestone. I'm Danya Backus with why The Young and the Restless has kept generations of viewers glued to their TV screens.
And it's another cold start for us across the area. Will it warm up? We'll let you know when the KOAM Morning News returns. Recovery efforts continue after violent and powerful tornadoes swept through the southeast this weekend, killing 26 people. State of emergency was declared in Georgia after a tornado struck outside Atlanta, with the threat of even more severe storms for millions of people across the Deep South through yesterday and into today. Ivan Rodriguez is in Rolling Fork, Mississippi with the details.
The resources that the people here in Rolling Fork and throughout Mississippi need, the help is on the way.
On Sunday, cleanup and recovery efforts continue in hard-hit Rolling Fork, Mississippi after a powerful tornado flattened much of the community late Friday night.
What we've seen over the last 36 hours in Mississippi, on the one hand, has been heartbreaking to see the loss and devastation of these communities, but on the other hand, has been inspiring and gives me great reason for optimism.
At least 10 confirmed tornadoes struck Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee. And while search and rescue operations are still ongoing, President Joe Biden approved a disaster declaration for the hardest hit parts of Mississippi.
To the people of Mississippi, that we are here not just today, but for the long haul.
We are going to work with the state team here to assess additional counties to see if any more need to be added to this declaration.
In Georgia, a large and extremely dangerous tornado struck south of LaGrange Sunday morning.
Some of the members of our church have had some injuries. Their homes were torn up, but there are no fatalities. Something to be thankful for.
You can see the aftermath of the destruction the storm left behind. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp declared a state of emergency. Meanwhile, in Rolling Fork, residents are bracing for the possibility of more severe storms as they face a long road to recovery. I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
There's a tornado watch now across portions of Georgia, and more severe weather expected across parts of the southeast as we go through today, putting millions of Southerners at risk for more severe weather. Thankfully, no severe weather for us today, but we are watching our own thunderstorm chances later this week. We'll have a complete look at that forecast when we come back. We've got a beautiful start for us on this Monday morning, but it's a cold one. 31 in Joplin. Feels like 25 with a north-northeast breeze at 6. Across the area, as we mentioned, cold. 27 Fort Scott, 29 Iola, Chanute, 27 Neodesha, 32 in Miami, 33 Neosho, and 31 in Carthage. And we'll eventually warm up a little bit. We hold on to those mostly clear skies through the morning, up to 41 by 11 o'clock this morning. And heading into the afternoon, we're looking at highs pushing right around the mid-50s. We'll see a few more clouds, so we're going to go partly cloudy. And as we head into this evening, more clouds start to build in, so become mostly cloudy. Down to 42 by 10. Another cold one, though, 34 for that overnight low, and maybe a stray shower or two out there. I think overall most of us dry, but we could see a stray shower or two as we head through the overnight. Now, as we head through this week, it will get warmer and it will get nicer. What we are watching is as we head into Thursday and Friday of this week, as there's a cold front that's going to roll through, and this could be a potent one, and it's going to bring us some showers and thunderstorms. As we head into our late Thursday, we're looking at showers and thunderstorms from Kansas City, Tulsa, Oklahoma City, reaching into portions of southeast Kansas. A couple of these could be strong, maybe low-grade severe. And then our biggest chance of more widespread showers and thunderstorms will come Friday as we head into late afternoon and into the early evening hours. And that's where we're watching the potential for some strong to severe thunderstorms. We're still a couple of days out from all of this, but we are watching that possibility, so make sure you stay with us and we'll keep you updated through the week on what the thunderstorm chances are looking like by Friday. A little cooler tomorrow, 53, breezy Wednesday, Thursday, 60, 69, 71 on Friday, watching those storm chances. After that, a little cooler Saturday, near 60, and by Sunday, we warm right back up near 70 degrees, mostly clear and breezy. That's Check Your Forecast. Now, here's Tanya Bach with a check of Consumer Watch.
That's right. A federal agency is taking action against some companies for telemarketing scams involving extended auto warranties. Federal Trade Commission could ban 3 companies from the extended warranty industry and from all outbound telemarketing. The FTC says the actions may come as a result of the scammers making hundreds of thousands of unsolicited calls to American consumers, including some on the FTC's Do Not Call list. Scammers also claim to be affiliated with vehicle makers. Companies that scam consumers have agreed to federal orders and will pay a $6.6 million judgment. The companies include American Vehicle Protection Corp., CG3 Solutions, Inc., and the Tony Gonzalez Consulting Group, Inc. People living in Philadelphia lined up to buy bottled water yesterday, and that's after a chemical spill prompted a water advisory for the more than 1.5 million people living in the city. Officials say 8,000 gallons of a latex product started leaking into a creek in nearby Bucks County on Friday before reaching the Delaware River over the weekend. The city now says the tap water is safe to drink until at least later tonight. An iconic business from the home VHS movie era is sending out signals of a return, fueling hopes for a comeback. Blockbuster Video, whose brick and mortar video rental stores helped spawn the home movie revolution, might be staging a return to business. Digital Library, the Internet Archive, says Blockbuster has maintained a website since July of last year. The Internet Archive says the company occasionally puts updates on the site with actors and with teases like, "Please be kind while we rewind." The messages are fueling nostalgic hopes for a reappearance. Blockbuster had 9,000 locations at its peak in 2004. Well, the Fed raised interest rates again this week, the 9th time since last March, and the rate hike will have an immediate impact on the 1 in 3 Americans who carry credit card debt. And there are ways to lessen the blow. Tanya Riviero has the details.
Americans have never held more credit card debt than they do right now. Almost $1 trillion total, an increase of nearly 19% over the end of last year. And now, with the Fed's 9th interest rate hike in a row to 5%,
inflation remains too high and the labor market continues to be very tight.
Many Americans will see an almost immediate increase to their credit cards' interest rates.
When the Fed raises interest rates, it really kicks in quickly, and that interest rate hike applies to currently held balances as well as future balances.
Your card's rate is not totally tied to the Fed's actions. Your credit score has a lot to do with it. Here are tips that could bring some relief. If you have good credit, transfer balances to an introductory 0% rate card. A lower interest personal loan can also help. And finally, try picking up the phone and asking your card issuer for a lower rate.
We found that about 70% of folks who had asked for a lower interest rate on their credit card in the past year got one.
And remember, there is a flip side to higher interest rates.
They've been great for people who are savers.
Well, no one can predict the Fed's next move in May. Experts say it's wise to prepare both prices and interest rates to continue to go up by paying down that expensive debt and putting away savings in a high-yield account. We'll be right back with more after this, but first, let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell. Daytime TV's #1 drama for more than 3 decades is hitting a major milestone.
The Young and the Restless is celebrating 50 years on the air. It's a half-century of epic romances, mysterious intrigue, and bitter feuds.
Danya Bacchus has more on the show's ongoing success and what lies ahead.
Through more than 12,500 episodes, over 50 years,
You will never get her!
The Young and the Restless has taken viewers inside the lives of the residents of Genoa City.
To love and comfort you.
There's been no shortage of romance, rivalries, or heartbreak.
It's just an incredible honor. It's a real achievement that our show's been this successful this long.
Josh Morrow has played Nick Newman for nearly 30 years. Many of the show's actors have remained in their roles for decades.
It's just an incredible company and a big giant family, and we all, root each other on.
The Young and the Restless debuted March 26, 1973, after CBS tasked show creator William Bell with producing a soap that focused on younger characters.
Take one.
The first half-hour episode featured disheveled drifter Brad Elliott, who hitched a ride from a trucker.
Where you headed? Looks like Genoa City.
From there, the stories bloomed. These days revolving around Genoa City's two most prominent families, the Abbotts and the Newmans.
Through the years, The Young and the Restless has kept generations of viewers engaged through interesting plot twists and groundbreaking and sometimes controversial storylines.
The Y&R was the first to write a storyline about AIDS. It's also tackled alcoholism, same-sex marriage, sexual harassment, and date rape.
You just immediately feel so much pressure to get it accurate. God forbid, again, someone has been through this and they say that's not how it was, then it's all for nothing.
And was among the first to embrace diversity. Brittany Sarpy plays Dr. Elena Dawson.
Me coming on set and being a minority and being able to represent a culture that's not always on TV or wasn't always on TV is really important work.
But it's the daily dose of drama that viewers, cast, and crew hope never ends.
I grew up watching Young and the Restless with my mom, and so Young and the Restless has always been a part of my life.
Where the characters will forever remain young and restless.
Absolutely fascinating. It's incredible that show's been going that long.
Mm-hmm. I think I started watching it when I moved to the morning show. Like, not the whole thing, just, we go into the bathroom, get ready before the show.
You catch bits
I
and
catch,
pieces.
10 to 15, the last 10 to 15 minutes of it before we go on air every day. It's enough to get the whole story.
Yeah, it certainly is.
All right, well, some other actors who've had roles on the show include Tom Selleck, David Hasselhoff, Eva Longoria, Justin Hartley, and Shamar Moore.
And tonight, you can catch Entertainment Tonight's Young and Restless 50th Anniversary Celebration Special on CBS or stream it anytime on Paramount+. Quick check of that forecast for you. We've got clear skies out there, as you can see on the MoDOT camera at 20th and Rangeline, same at 7th and Rangeline, but it is cold. 31 in Joplin, feel like 25 with that north-northeast breeze at 6 miles an hour. Across the region, we're looking like this: 29 Iola, 28 Parsons, 32 Miami, 33 Neosho, and 31 in Carthage. Getting our day started. Cold start, mostly clear into the lower 40s by late morning. Afternoon highs pushing about the mid-50s or so. Partly cloudy skies as we head into the afternoon. And as we head into our evening, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies. Maybe a scattered shower or two. I think most of us dry, but it's going to be another cold one as we drop back down to 34 degrees. Now, we are still watching that cold front Thursday into Friday with the possibility of some thunderstorms. Thunderstorms for sure. Best chance Friday. Could see some strong, maybe severe storms. We'll keep an eye on that for you. Between now and then, cooler tomorrow, 53, 60 Wednesday, near 70 Thursday, breezy both days, 71 on Friday with those storms. A brief cool down to about 60 on Saturday, and then we're right back up to right around 70 by this Sunday. We'll be back with more right after this.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Kansas City University's Joplin campus is giving students a real-life experience. The Medical Corps Club hosted a mass casualty incident simulation exercise over the weekend. The first-year medical students acted as if a natural disaster occurred as second-year students found and treated all 25 patients. Shoal Creek Conservation Education Center held a raptor and falconry program. Program was led by Master Falconer Megan Duffy Yates. Community members had the chance to see live birds and learn about the history of falconry and the importance of raptor conservation. And on Sunday, the Coleman Theater held a Sunny Side Up Film Festival. The festival is for international films and showed more than 50 films of many different budgets. And some of the genres included mystery, independent, and comedy films. Performer and author Karen Knotts performed a skit as well as signed autographs and books.
And we've got ourselves a cold start to the day, but heading for highs in the mid-50s, still below average, but it could be worse. Partly cloudy skies will be mostly cloudy as we head into this evening, dropping back down overall or eventually to a low of 34. Another cold one, maybe a stray shower or two across the area. I think most of us are dry. Let's take a look at the week ahead. A little cooler tomorrow, 53 for the high. Breezy Wednesday and Thursday, 60 and 69. Watching thunderstorm chances late Thursday into Friday, up to 71 Friday. A little cooler Saturday, near 60. Partly cloudy skies. Breezy again by Sunday and a high near 70.
Well, a woman in Canada breaks the record for the most blood donations in the world.
The 80-year-old Alberta woman, Josephine Machalik, has donated hundreds of units of blood, 203 units throughout her life, to be exact. Machalik has been donating blood since she was 22 years old.
Now, this record surpasses the previous unit of 117 units donated by Madhura Ashok-Kumar from India. Like
that is
more
a
than
lot
defeats it. Yeah.
of blood to be donated. I don't know if I have that much blood to donate. I mean, granted, it's not all at once. I'm just simply saying, like, I don't think I could make it that far, even if I did it at regular intervals.
I know, that's impressive. Kudos to her. Thank
absolutely. You. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us for now. Thank you so much for letting us put the good in your morning. We're going to be back with more news and weather today at noon.
Have a great morning and an even better day.